Hello, my dear students. This is Mr. Shaiman Gharib, and today's lesson about decimal pairs of 10 using tens and using hundreds. Let's start by revising some important rules before you watch any video. You have to sit in a quiet place. You should have your pen and a piece of paper to take notes and to solve questions. You should pause the video after each question, then you try to answer on your own. Then you play the video to check your answer and to understand the question in case you get a wrong answer. Are you ready? Let's start. Look at this number here. I have 26 plus 74. So if you want to add these two numbers, the answer will be 100. How? When we add the 6 and 4 together, they gave me number 10. 6 and 4 equals 10. And we have here 20 and 70. 20 and 70 equals 90. So number 10 plus number 90 gives number 100. So the sum of 26 and 74 is 100. So now let's look at the digits in the units placed together. As you can see, 6 and 4. So the sum of them is 10. They add up to 10. What about the sum of the digits in the tens place? 2 plus 7 gives 9. Then they add up to 9. Now I'm going to try same digits in decimal numbers. I will use 2.6, 7.4, or 2 and 6 tenths, and 7 and 4 tenths. Let's do this addition together. Look at the sum of the digits in the tens place. What do you notice? They add up to 10. 6 plus 4 equals 10. But here the two digits are in the tens place, which make them 10 tenths. So I have here 10 tenths. Do you remember? 10 tenths equals 1 whole. Then these two digits together, they form 1 whole, which is number 1. Now, what about the digits in the units place or in the ones place? We have 2 and 7. 2 and 7 equals 9. Then they add up to 9. Now let's do the addition. These two digits together, the 10 tenths, equals number 1. And 2 and 7 equals number 9. Then 1 and 9 equals number 10. So when I add these two decimal numbers, I get number 10 at the end. And what did we notice here? That the sum of the digits in the tenth place, they add up to 10. And the sum of the digits in the units place add up to 9. So every time I form number 10, I will follow this rule. Let's see one more example, and remember, the sum of the digits in the tenth place should add up to 10. So, because 10 tenths equals 1 whole, then I have only 7 tenths, and I need to complete them to be 10 tenths. So, both of them should add up to 10. 7 plus what gives 10? It needs 3 tenths more. So 7 tenths and 3 tenths makes 1 whole. What about the digits in the units place? We said before, the sum of the digits in the units place should add up to 9. Then the 4 needs 5 to form number 9. So here I have number 9 and here I have number 1. Then both together gives number 10. Let's try one more example. 6.2 plus what equals 10, or 6 and 2 tenths plus what gives 10. I will follow the same rule exactly. I will complete this 2 to be number 10. So it needs 8 because both digits should add up to 10. 2 plus what gives 10? 8. And what about the digits in the units place? They should add up to 9. So 6 and what gives 9? 6 and 3. Then 6.2 plus 3.8 gives number 10. So every time I form number 10 using tens, I will follow the same rule exactly. One more example. 1.9 I have 9 in the tens place, so I need one more. And what about this one? I need 8 more. So I have number 10 now. Both of them 9 tenths and 1 tenth. Again, they form number 1 or 1 whole, and 1 and 8 they form number 9. Then 9 and 1 makes number 10. Now let's talk about decimal pairs of 10, but this time I'm going to use numbers that have 2 decimal places or have hundredths. Okay, let's start. Look at these two whole numbers. We have 251 plus 749. So when we add them together, we will get 1000. And I will do exactly the same, but this time I will have decimal numbers with the same digits exactly. 2.51, 7.49. Now let's see what happened. What do you notice here about the sum of these two numbers? We have 51 and 49. 51 and 49 gives number 100. Now look at the digits in the hundredths place here. We have 200 and 700, and both of them add up to number, yes, what do you think? Number 9. So both of them add up to number 9. So every time I form number 1000, I have to make sure that the units and tenths together, they add up to 100, and the hundreds together, they add up to number 9. Now let's look at the decimal number here. I have 2 and 51 hundredths, 7 and 49 hundredths. So I'm going to follow the same steps exactly. So 51 hundredths and 49 hundredths, they add up to 100ths, which means I have 100 hundredths, which is one whole. So in the slides before, we talked about that 10 tenths equals number 1. And here we say that 100 hundredths equals 1. So now look at the digits. Here we have 100 hundredths, which is number 1. What about the digits in the units place? I have number 2 and number 7. 2 and 7 equals 9. So when I have number 1 and number 9, when I add them together, I will get number, this is the 1, this is the 9, so I will get number 10 at the end. So every time I form number 10 using hundredths, I have to make sure that the sum of the hundredths add up to 100, and the sum of the units together add up to 9. Now let's see one more example. 5 and 84 hundredths plus what gives 10. So we are going to follow the same rule exactly. We have 84 hundredths and we need to complete the number of hundredths to be 100 hundredths. 84 to be 100, I need, yes, 16 hundredths. So, and the digit in the ones place, which is 5, must add up to number 9. So now let's see. 5 plus 4 gives a 9. So I put the digit in the units place. Then I will look at the decimal part, which is 84 hundredths. And we said the 84 needs 16 hundredths. So that both of them, they form 100 hundredths, which is number 1. We can also say if we add up these two digits together, the digits in the hundredths place, I form number 10. And the digits in the tenths place, they form number 9. And the digits in the ones place, they form number 9. So now let's see one more example. I have number 2 in the units place, and I have 2 hundredths in the hundredths place. So I need to complete this 2 to be number 9. So 2 and 7 equals 9. What about the decimal part? I have 2 hundredths and I need 100 hundredths. So I need 98 hundredths more to complete 100 hundredths. Let's see one more example. This time I will solve it another way. We said we can complete the units place to be number 9. This is 0, so I need 9. What about the digits in the tens place? This 6 needs to be 9 as well, so I need 3. And this 3 needs to be 10, so I need 7. So every time I complete the number by finding the sum of the digits in the units place, which is 9. Tens place should be 9, and hundredths place should be 10. Or I can complete the number of hundreds together to be number 100. So 63 hundredths needs 37 hundredths to be 100 hundredths. Now, can you do this example on your own? I have 9.91 and I need to complete it to be number 10. So this one needs 9, this 9 needs 0, and this 9 needs 0. Because we said the sum here should be 9. The sum here should be 9. The sum here should be 10. So I can say that the missing number is 0.09 or 9 hundredths. Now let's solve some questions. Are you ready? Complete this decimal pairs to be 10. So I have 4.9 or 4 and the 9 tenths. So do you remember? The tenths should add up to 10, which means this 9 needs 1. And this 4 should add up to 9, which means it needs number 5. Then the answer will be 5 and 1/10 or 5.1. Look at this example. 2/10 plus what gives number 10? So we said this 2 needs to be number 10. So I need 8/10 more. And this 0 needs to be 9, so it needs number 9. Then the answer will be 9 and 8/10 or 9.8. Now, look at these two examples. Can you do it on your own? The first one, I have 1 and 4/10, and we said the 1 needs 8 and the 4 needs 6. So 1.4 plus 8.6 equals 10. Remember, the sum here is 10. The sum here is 9. 9 and 2 hundredths, 4, and 2 hundredths. So this 4 needs 5 to be 9. And this 0 needs 9 to be 9. And this 2 needs 8 to be 10. Then the missing number will be 5.98. 0.5, so this 5 needs to be 10, so I need one more 5. And the 0 needs to be 9, so I need 9 here. So the missing number will be 9.5. So always remember that each 10/10 equals 1 and each 100 hundredths equals 1. Now look at this question and try to answer on your own, then check your answer with the video. 10 minus 0.3 equals 9.7. 10 minus what gives 7.1, which means I'm going to complete this 7.1 to be number 10, exactly the same. So this one needs 9 and this 7 needs 2. Then the answer will be 2.9. 10 minus 3.57, so I have 57 hundredths, and I have here 3. So this 3 needs to be 9, so it needs number 6, and the 5 needs to be 9, so it needs number 4, and the 7 needs to be 10, so it needs number 3. Then the answer will be 6.43, or 6 and 43 hundredths. 10 minus what gives 4.2, so I need these two numbers to add up to 10. So this 2 needs 8 to be 10, and this 4 needs 5 to be 9. So the missing number will be 5.8. I will do exactly the same with the coming number. This 3 needs to be 10, so it needs 7. The 9 needs to be 9, so it needs 0. Then the decimal point, and this one needs to be 9, so it needs 8. Then the answer will be 8.07. The last example, 10 minus 0.06, or minus 6 hundredths. So I will do exactly the same. This 6 should add up to 10, so it needs 4. And the digits in the tens place should add up to 9, so it needs 9. And the digits in the units place should add up to 9. I have 0, so it needs 9. Then the answer will be 9.94, or 9 and 94 hundredths. Now let's read this story problem. Pierre bought a lollipop for 32 cents. He paid with a $10 note. How much change did he get? So first of all, when we read the story problem, we have to pay attention to the unit. The unit here is 32 cents, and the unit here is $10, and they are two different units. So when I solve any story problem, we have to make all the units the same. So I need to change the 32 cents into dollars. We know that $1 equals 100 cents. So when I have 32 cents and I want to change them into dollars, I have to divide by 100. So the 32 cents will be 0.32 dollars. Is this clear? So now I will start to think. 10 minus 0.32. Now I here have $10, and this amount of money is in dollars as well. So now I can do the subtraction because both have the same unit. Okay, so I will do exactly the same. The 2 needs 8, the 3 needs 6, and the 0 needs 9. Then the answer will be 9.68, and please don't forget the unit. It will be dollars. Or I can write it in cents as 968 cents, and I have to mention the unit as well. Is this clear? Now let's see the second example. Habiba bought a book for $2.8. She paid with a $10 note. How much change did she get? In this example, both amount of money have the same unit. So I will do the subtraction normally. 10 minus 2.8. So this 8 needs to be 10. It needs 2. The 2 needs to be 9. It needs 7. Then the change will be 7.2, and don't forget the unit, which is dollars. This is the end of our lesson today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have any question, please feel free to leave a comment and I will answer you as soon as possible. Please remember that your feedback is highly appreciated. Thank you very much and have a nice day.